Hey Dad, I wanted to send you a little video of my tank and what's been going on. I just restocked everything with a bunch of new plants. I've had them for about 5 days because all the old ones totally melted away. I forgot to add fertilizers to the water, and I'm trying not to disturb them before I kept rearranging them, and they seem to be doing really well. These are called moneyworts. They are growing so quickly, I'm probably going to have to cut them down soon. And over here we have an old piece of Java fern. These guys actually can't get buried underneath the gravel. So all the slate rocks that you guys bought me, I attached them all to those rocks so they could sit above the gravel. Because all of those little things right there, they're called rhizomes. Those are their roots. If you put them under the gravel, they can't get any nutrients. I have, this is called a banana plant. It doesn't grow very big, but all of those little bananas on it are actually its roots, and it sits right above the gravel as well. There's one leaflet coming off of it right now. It hasn't opened up yet. It had a bunch, but I had to cut them off because it wasn't doing too well. And back here I have a really large, 2 large mats of Java fern. They're about 3 by 5 inches each. They have a couple of little black lines and things on them, but otherwise they're doing pretty well. A lot better than my first batch. If you see this one right here, these are called plantlets. Little baby roots will sprout out from those and we'll have more Java fern. These are my snails. This guy's a yellow mystery snail. I've had him for about 15 days. And this little line right here is the growth of when I got him. And this is actually how much he's grown in 15 days. I'm going to have to add more calcium to the water so the rest of his new shell can harden up. I have a little blue one too right here. These guys are fantastic at eating algae, fungus, bacteria. They have been going to town on my tank. I also put in some algae wafers because I don't really have too much algae right now. They eat that at night. You can blanch zucchini, cucumbers, apples. I put them on little clips and drop them in the tank and stick them to the wall, and they eat those at night. They eat all day. That's probably why it's grown so much in a short time. These are pumice stones. The same kind of stones you would use to scrub your feet with. They're actually growing some algae on them too, but I like it. I hope it grows a little more to make it look more, I don't know about natural because it is weird to have floating rocks, but I like the look of algae on it. I've got some spiderwood. That took 4 weeks almost of soaking in order to get it to actually sink. I had to keep boiling it for hours and hours to release all the tannins that make the water brown, and had to keep it submerged underwater for 4 weeks before it became completely saturated enough to sink in the water. Otherwise it was floating. I have some little random pieces of driftwood in here. And my fish. I got these guys a couple of days ago. They're male green cobra guppies. I started out with 4. One jumped the tank the first day and he died. And the third one is actually sitting in a bowl on my kitchen counter because when I initially put him in the tank, he was hanging out on the gravel looking really weak. His eyes are both cloudy too. And he doesn't perk up at all in this tank. But when I put him in the bowl, he swims happily. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him, but I'm afraid to introduce him back to this tank because everyone else seems to be very healthy. These little guys are called, there's actually 3 different species of rasbora in here. They'll only grow to 1.5 inches max. But I have some emerald dwarf rasboras. That's the little blue guy back there chasing everybody around. And then I have these strawberry and chili rasboras. They're schooling fish. They all hang out together. They're pretty cool. One of them died on the night that I got the guppies. I'm not sure if the guppies attacked it or not. I'm hoping it was just an attack and not a disease. I'm just keeping a close eye on these fish. But aren't these guppies amazing? They come in so many different variations. And they are super playful. The gravel is actually lava rock, and it came packed in water with a whole bunch of bacteria in it, live bacteria to help the plants and to cycle the tank. I'd like to add a couple of more of these fancy guppies, but right now I'm kind of in the middle of the cycle. My ammonia readings are 0.25, and my nitrites are sometimes 0.50 or 1 ppms. I have no nitrates, so this tank needs some more time to cycle before I add more fish. I'm thinking about getting a piece of fiberglass or some kind of clear plastic to put a hood on this tank. I probably won't be able to cover it completely because this filter sticks out, but just enough to prevent some fish loss and also evaporation, which has been a real bitch. I pretty much have to put a little bit of water in this tank every day because it evaporates. I don't know why they would make a tank without a hood. But other than that, it's been awesome. The filter is fantastic. It's very easy to use. It's super, super quiet. It came built into the stand. And like if I want to do anything to the filter maintenance, I added some more media yesterday for the bacteria. You just pull this up, and it cuts the water off completely, and you can pull it out and take it out. It's very, very simple. I really like that about this system, especially because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. We don't need 22 gallons of water on the floor. I got a whole lot of chemicals. Food, fertilizers, some calcium I add for the snails, bacteria, water conditioner. This stuff is amazing right here. Instead of using carbon, which can suck out all of the fertilizer you put into the tank, you put this in a little bag and it doesn't suck out all of the nutrients. But boy, this keeps your water so clear. It's amazing. I have really never had a cloudy tank since I had this. Only when I'm like messing with the decor or gravel, but within an hour or two it clears up again. And I feed most of the fish some flakes, some bloodworms, shrimp, frozen everything. And that's pretty much it. Let's go see my old fish. Look how big this goldfish has gotten. I feel terrible about leaving it in here. But I'm hoping they grow a little bit bigger because in the spring I'm going to drop these bad boys at the Botanical Gardens in Staten Island. And I know if they're small, the other koi fish will probably eat them up. So hopefully they get big enough. But they are just way too much maintenance. Here, I have no filter in here. I've been using a straw to blow air bubbles in here for this little guy. I don't know what to do with him, Dad. What should I do with him? His eyes are cloudy. And he kind of just sits on the bottom of the tank. When I first got him, he was seriously bloated. Like really bloated. I put him in this bowl, and then by the next day, his bloat went away. But his eyes are still cloudy, and when I drop him into the bigger tank, he goes straight to the bottom. He's very weak. And all the other, well, the two other guppies antagonize it constantly. Should I kill it? Should I give it time? I'm really worried about it making all the other fish sick. Maybe I can add some medicine here, but I don't even know what's wrong with it. And that's about it. Let me know your opinions on things. Let me know what you think. I can't wait to see you guys in a week. Alright, I love you. Enjoy the video. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.